Officer Day, would you open the courtroom for us, please?
The state of Michigan 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge David S. Robinson Jr. presiding. Court is now in session. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are on the record. This is file 22-190-091. Auto Club Insurance Association versus LaShonda Hopkins. Date and time for motion for summary disposition. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Abe Newhouse here on behalf of the plaintiff.
Bar number.
P85687.
What is your name, ma'am?
LaShonda Hopkins.
Let's proceed.
Your Honor, if I may, it's my understanding that Ms. Hopkins may have retained counsel last week. Is that correct, Ms. Hopkins?
Correct.
Who have you retained?
Her name is Toya Jackson. Let me see on my thing.
Your Honor, I believe it's Toy Thompson from.
Yes, Toy Thompson. I got her name second. Toy Thompson.
She hadn't filed an appearance. Is she appearing today?
Your Honor, she informed me that today was supposed to have been adjourned and we had a new date because they were still trying to reach a settlement, but I never received any.
I haven't adjourned this case.
Your
This
Honor,
is the date and time set for motion for summary disposition. This is the 8th pretrial on this case.
Your Honor, I did speak to Ms. Thompson last week and she asked for an adjournment. I said that would be fine. And I asked, I don't know if you had a chance to speak to your clerk.
Yes, I have an email with a failure to understand concept. And I quote from the email. The defendant and plaintiff have agreed to adjourn the motion for summary disposition, yada, yada, yada. You can agree to request an adjournment, but the adjournment comes from the court. Fail to understand concept. Why should I adjourn this matter? It's been scheduled for quite some time. No answer has been filed. What's going on here?
Your Honor, we are in settlement negotiations currently.
Are you negotiating with the lawyer or are you negotiating with Ms. Thompson?
With the lawyer, Your Honor.
Then why hasn't the lawyer filed the appearance?
I don't know.
Yeah, since I didn't receive a notice in the mail, I was scared not to appear today because I was told to appear for a different date.
No, the last time we were together, ma'am, I calendared this date in time for the motion for summary disposition.
I understand. That's why I said that's why I'm here today. But as I spoke with Ms. Thompson, she said her and Mr. Newhouse had adjourned it for a different date. But
just so you understand, they can request an adjournment, but I am the one who decides yes or no. I'm going to adjourn this matter because you say that you have retained counsel to May 1st. There will be no further adjournments. If this attorney is going to get involved in the matter, he or she needs to file the appearance. I don't understand why there have been settlement negotiations counsel with someone who has not filed an appearance in the file. May 1st at 10 o'clock, there'll be no further adjournments.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Send out an order. The order will go to the defendant because no one has filed an appearance on her behalf at this point.
I understand that, Your Honor. I don't know why Ms. Thomas has not filed an appearance.
And I don't know why you're negotiating with somebody who hasn't filed an appearance in the file.
Your Honor, I did not want to negotiate with Ms. Hopkins directly if she has an attorney.
But the attorney has not filed an appearance. That's the point I'm trying to make, counsel. And maybe I'm not being clear about this.
You are being clear.
May 1st at 10 o'clock, there will be no further adjournments.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Perry, good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
I don't have Ms. Hall as of yet. So when she gets here, we can get started.
Okay,
Back to the waiting room for you.
sounds.
WRCJ-FM and HD1 Trend. Recording made in May of 1977. From Norman Templeman. in Salt Lake City. I don't know if the forest was there or not, but there was a quiet, very respectfully, while the Utah Civil Rights, the simply not doing the city. Fine. Yes, it is. Jay Wagner, that's all for me here on the radio this morning. But hey, the great music continues with I'm calling him partner. Peter Rush, I'll see you this afternoon at the downtown Lexington, right here on 19. And jazz music, WRCJ, FM, and HD1, Detroit. 30.9 Detroit, Windsor, Ann Arbor, listener supported WRCJ FM. Here, welcome you once again on Midday Music, and thank you once again for all your help in the spring campaign, which was a big success thanks to your support. Didn't get a chance to follow it, click and make your investment in WRCJ. That's before it's still time. 866-909-9725 or WRCJ. Thanks again very much.
When they're expensive.
Tchaikovsky chamber orchestra stretches out a little bit there with these item, serenade movement, and second that's supported by the U.S. Peter Warfare with midday music will get out on the water. George next. Sound is powered by the Ann Arbor Symphony Orchestra, presenting classical performances since 1928. Information is available at a2so.com. One of the things you can count on from WRCJ, we've got your back. When it comes to running the music, this one of the things we count on to keep it all going. Contribution from this. One way you can donate a gift longer. It's really hundreds of dollars in support. Don't give, don't. Very well. WRCJ. Composer who's in your top 20 when you voted for your favorite musicians this week in the spring fundraising campaigns, George Frederick Kendall, and music from one of my favorite talent dates. It's July 17th, 1717, when the musicians got out in the water first time in the tanks. The water music. The Sweets by George Frederick Kendall. From the Orpheus Chamber Orchestra.
We are on the record calling file number 22198173, Midland Credit Management versus Kimberly Hall. By a notice dated March 27th, 2023, mailed to the parties on that date. This matter set for pretrial today, April 24th at 10 o'clock. It's now after 10:30. Could I have your appearance?
Good morning, Judge. Andrew Perry, P69402, on behalf of plaintiff.
Mr. Perry, the defendant has failed to appear. No good cause for that failure having been shown. The fault of the defendant is hereby entered. We'll send one notice out to you today. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You too, sir.
Thank you.
Shop Leonard is in the recording studio, hopefully his chamber is good. That music that was first. Williams River Thames. Convenient Water Music by George Fred and this was supported WRC channel. Mr. String is up next. We usually call the ladies music. Yeah, he wrote hundreds of compositions, chamber music works for various combinations of stringed instruments, duos, trios, quartets, and quintets, even guitar quartets, string quartet with guitar. This is John Williams, the London String Quartet, 90.9.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Council. Okay, we have everybody. Let's get started. We are on the record calling 22-192-547 Forest Health Medical versus Shante Moore. Could I have your appearances, please?
Yes, Your Honor, Caitlin Goldstick, representing Forest Health.
You remember the State Bar of Michigan?
I am. My P number is P85472.
And your name, ma'am?
Shante Moore.
Okay, our discovery closed as of April 20th. Where are we on this file?
So Your Honor, we did get the HIPAA disclosure, and all of that information has been sent to defendant. I believe we're going to just need a motion date for a motion for summary.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna set that for May 22nd. May
May-
22nd at 11 o'clock. Does that work for everybody?
That works for us, Your Honor.
That work for you, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, May 22nd, 11 o'clock. We will hear the motion for summary disposition on behalf of the plaintiff. An order
Thank
will
you,
be
Your
sent
Honor.
out today. Thank you both for coming in. We are off the record.
All right, thank you.
Let's start with Mr. Mears. Mr. Beers, good morning.
Good morning.
This is 22-198-848 Navy Federal Credit Union versus James Canty. Could I have your appearance?
May it please the court, Your Honor, Jeffrey Beers, P 41693, on behalf of Plaintiff Navy Federal Credit Union.
All right, by notice dated April 3rd, 2013, this matter is set for hearing today on plaintiff's motion for entry of default judgment. Have you received any pleadings from Mr. Canty?
No, I have not.
Okay, hang on, somebody just checked in. Let's see if this is he. All right, by notice dated. Hello?
Now you can,
What?
you can hear it through your.
Hello?
turn this
Matter is
down.
set for hearing
What?
today.
Hello?
On plaintiff's motion for default judgment.
Hello?
What is your name? From Mr. Canty?
He's asking you.
No, I have not.
Yes, my name is Wesley Cohn, K-O-H-N.
All right, Mr. Cohn. Put you back in the waiting room.
Wait a minute. I can only hear you by phone. I can't zoom in. It's a dark screen.
I'll put you back in the waiting room. I have another
Thank you.
file I'm working on. All right, I'm sorry, that was not the defendant. Have you received any pleadings from him?
No, I have not, Your Honor.
All right, sir, this is your motion for default judgment. The court declined to enter your default judgment previously submitted because you did not supply the Service Member Civil Relief Act affidavit. Do you have that?
Can we adjourn, Your Honor, so I can supply that?
You don't have it?
Let me take a look here. We ran one on March 23rd. And I apologize, it was not included with our motion, but I'm looking at it right now. And he is not in the armed services.
Submit it along with your proposed judgment.
I will.
That way you have to come back.
I appreciate it.
Okay, let's be careful on that going forward. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. All right. This is Dawn Black, Andrew Zach, and Mr. Haney. Mr. Haney,
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Thank you, sir. Excellent.
Mr. Andrews, how are you today?
Doing pretty well. Good morning.
Let's get Mr. Thornblack in here. We can get started. He's connecting up to audio now. There he is. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, let's call your case. This is file number 22-192503. Auto Owners Insurance versus Rescue Unit Towing, Drake's Collision. Could I have your appearances, gentlemen?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jared Andrzejewski, P77599 on behalf of the plaintiff.
And good morning again, Your Honor. Steve Haney on behalf of Drake's Collision, the defendant, P63947.
Thank you, Your Honor. Kurt Thornblade, P25858 on behalf of Rescue Unit Towing, a co-defendant in this case.
All right, gentlemen. We were last together, it looks like court entered an order concerning discovery. Has that order been complied with?
Yes, Your Honor, I have amended both the request for admissions and the interrogatories, supplementing them. And I have not heard any complaint from the plaintiff about my supplementation.
Counsel?
That is correct, Your Honor. Mr.
Okay.
Thornblad did state that he was going to supplement the request to produce later on. He sent me an email, but I have not received those documents.
That is correct, Your Honor, and I have documents which I am going to send to Mr.
When?
Andrzejewski.
When?
Next 24 hours. I'll do it this afternoon.
That'd be good. I need This file is getting old, gentlemen. We've had several pretrials in the case. I've got a bunch of experienced attorneys. Why we keep spinning our wheels on this file?
I think that's probably the last thing as far as discovery I need, since there's gonna be no deposition, so I think we can move forward with it.
All right. Is everybody gonna be done with their written discovery then?
Your Honor, I believe, we came into the case late, and I believe there was exchange of discovery before we came in. Mr. Andrzejewski has provided me with the responses he made to Mr. Haney. I think Mr. Haney made some responses to Mr. Andrzejewski, and I'd like to get a copy of that.
No problem. I'll provide those, Kurt.
Thank you, Steve.
Robin. Is there anything else we need to do, gentlemen? All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you one more pretrial date. If we can't get it done then we have to move in another direction. This case is getting old. How about I have you guys back on May 22nd at 11 o'clock? Does that work for everybody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
That works for me.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close your discovery on May 20th. So the next time I see you, our discovery is going to be all done. And then I'm going to be talking about case evaluations or dispositive motions. Is there anything else we can accomplish today?
Not from plaintiff.
Not from Defendant Drakes.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, gentlemen, let's be safe. Have a good day. And let's get to work on file, gentlemen.
Thank
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Stratton?
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Mr. Cohen?
Yes, Your Honor.
We are on the record, 22-178-276. Dearborn Total Automotive versus Olivia Martin. Your appearances, gentlemen.
Good morning, Your Honor. Trevor Stratton, P65124 on behalf of the plaintiff.
Leslie Cohn.
Your Honor.
Your bar number, Mr. Cohen.
34889.
All right, gentlemen, where are we on this file? Our discovery is closed. Co-defendant has been defaulted. What's going on this case?
Yes, Your Honor. Since the last time, the main thing that we've done is I had to get the case reinstated because for some reason I did not have last month's date on my calendar. So that's basically what we've been doing since the last time. I know Mr. Martin or Mr. Caldwell is defaulted, but I don't have a copy of the entered default, so I need to get that. I don't know if Your Honor can help me with that or if I need to contact the clerk's office to get that.
I was doing that by memory. Let me make sure.
Last month's date on my calendar.
I don't think you ever submitted the default judgment. I don't see that by register of action, Mr. Stratton.
Correct, because I don't have the entered default.
Looks like the default was entered on defendant two, Mr. Caldwell, looks like February 10th. The entry says default entered, copies mailed, file to sent to file, default judgment to file.
Yes, and I see the notation in the register. I just don't have a copy of the default, and I need that to send to the defendant in order to get the default judgment. And I don't know why I don't have it. I don't know if it was a problem with the mailing
I
or
see it here.
something happened on my end, but
We can arrange that. That's the only problem. That's not that big of a deal.
right.
All right, now, what, I think I have Mr. Cohn here. Let's see. Maybe he's coming.
You know what, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
When I go into the Zoom, it's a black screen and I can't unmute and I can't start the video. So I'm participating on my cell phone.
All right, let me see what happens when I admit you here.
Can
See your face?
you see my face?
I hear your voice.
Right, but and the delay is very concerning.
I think the delay is because you have both a telephone and a computer.
Okay, should I turn off? What should I turn off?
Turn off I'll remove your telephone. There we go.
Can you
Now,
see me?
turn your video back on. There we are.
Am I? Wow,
You're
thank you.
wearing a blue top. You have glasses on.
Yeah,
There's a blank wall behind you with a portrait of some type in
got
the
you.
upper left-hand corner. So I guess
Thanks. Okay, Your Honor, I was not able to really understand because of the overlapping.
All right, let's try it again. I was expressing my, how to say this charitably, concern about how old this case is. And it appears that although the default of the co-defendant has been entered, Mr. Stratton did not receive a copy of that. And because he did not receive a copy of that default, he's not able to proceed to his default judgment. So I'm going to remedy that by sending Mr. Stratton a copy of the default of the co-defendant, which still leaves us with Ms. Martin. What is going on?
Thank you. If I may speak, Your Honor. Your Honor, I, as you know, represent Olivia Martin. Olivia Martin's involvement in this case, and by the way, I've been extraordinarily cooperative. I've set aside every default that's been rendered. And I'm getting a little frustrated with this case, just like you are, Your Honor. My client signed the note or the contract so that her son-in-law or a relative, a close relative, could get a car so they could drive to a job.
Got it.
The guy needed to work. He wanted to work. He had a good job. He didn't have a car. He approached my client, who I think is his mother-in-law. My client signed as a co-signer so that this guy could get to work.
So why are we not done with the claim? Your client is a co-signer. You know that a co-signer is just as liable as the principal signer. You know that.
Well, you know what?
Why are we still dragging this out?
I don't know. I've participated in every stage of this litigation. When there was a default, I agreed to set it aside. My client hasn't been deposed. I've not deposed anybody from the plaintiff. All we know is that my client had signed the note so that her relative could get to work.
She's liable. Why aren't we? Okay, here's what's going on here. I have been, and it is my fault, and I apologize. I should not have done this. I was trying to give you guys a chance to work this out. It is clear that's not going to happen. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a return date of May 22nd. I'm going to rescind to Mr. Stratton today a copy of the entry as to the co-defendant. And I expect to have the default judgment as to that individual entered before the next time we're together. Our discovery has been long closed. So if you guys have not settled the next time, then it's going to be a calendar date for Mr. Stratton's motion for summary disposition.
Sounds like a plan.
Client's motives in co-signing are admirable. But the law does not provide an excuse. I had good intentions. Therefore, I'm not liable on a note I co-signed on.
Okay, Your Honor, I don't even know how much is owed.
Okay, I'll let you guys have a chat room. Mr. Stratton, I will mail out to you today that default. I want that default judgment entered before I see you gentlemen next, May 22nd at 11 o'clock. This case is getting way too old.
Understood, Your Honor. We're ready to go on the track as you described, get it to summary disposition. If it doesn't work, set it for trial, and we'll finish this case.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Judge.
Appreciate you coming in. That's good conclusion.